What's going on, people? It's Greg with another Excel VBA tutorial video. Today we'll be going over how to remove special characters in a list of strings and place the new string next to the old string for comparison. So let's get into it. Alright, so on the left I've got my VBA editor. On the right I've got a list of strings. Say you want to create file names, but you come across the issue where certain file names, right? If you put in certain characters, say I put a bracket in here, you'll get this pop-up. A file name can't contain any of the following characters. And then there's 9 characters here. So what we can do, in case you have some type of code that pulls from a list of names from another source, and there's no telling what those names are going to have. So you see these lists of names have a bunch of special characters in them. What we're going to do is remove these characters so that if we wanted to use these as file names, we can. They'll be valid file names. So let's get into the code. So we'll call this sub remove special characters in list, and we'll declare our variables. Let's go ahead and do ws as worksheet. And then we'll do special characters as variant, and then we'll do x as a variant, and then we'll also need to count the rows, so we'll do a row count as an integer, and then we'll have a variable I as an integer. And we'll also need to store the string. So our current string will be a string. Okay. So now let's set ws equal to ThisWorkbook.Sheets. And the name of the sheet is sheet 1. And then we'll say special characters. So there were 9 special characters. So we'll create an array with our special characters variable, and we had the angular brackets, we had the backslash and forward slash, we also had a question mark, an asterisk, colon, quotation, and then a pike. Okay, so that's our array. Now we'll go ahead and activate this worksheet. So activate ws, and then we'll count our rows. And what this is going to be is a worksheet function, CountA range. We're going to start from A1 and then count down. So we want A1 range, A1, and then N, and then xlDown. Alright. And then now we're going to have a for loop. We're actually going to have a nested for loop. So the outer loop is going to be for I. So we want to start here in this cell. So for I equals 2, to row count, and then we use next I to close the loop. What we're going to do is set our current string equal to ws, so this worksheet, and we want cells, and we want to go down to, and then stay in the same one. So I is going to be changing, right? So we want to make this that variable I, and then 1, because we'll always be in the first column, and we want the text in that cell. So as we go down the loop from I all the way down to the bottom row, the row count, I is going to be changing. We're just going to keep moving down, and we're going to stay in the same column. And now we can have our other for loop. So for each x in special characters, and we're going to have next x, we're going to say our current string is going to be equal to replace, and we're going to replace our current string with x. Sorry, we're going to replace our current string with whichever file. So we could replace it with a question mark if we wanted to, but we obviously don't want to do that. Here we're going to replace it with an empty space. So not a blank space, but an empty space. So we're just going to get rid of it all completely. But you can actually put whatever character you want in here. But for this example, we're just going to have, we're just going to remove it. So we'll do that. And then we're going to remove the characters and then store it in the cell next to each cell. So we should see this without the question marks. We should see this without the angular brackets. All right, and what we do in order to store next to it is we're going to do ws.Cells, and we're going to use the same variable I, but instead of column 1, we want to be in column 2. So I2, and we're going to set that equal to current str, the current string. And that should actually do it. So let's go ahead and run the code. Boom. There you go. Kind of went off there, off the screen. But you can see all those special characters have been removed. And it's dynamic, so if I were to remove rows or add rows, it'll only go down to the last row. Oh, let me clear that. So yeah, pretty simple. It's an easy way to get rid of all those special characters. Hope this helps everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one.